up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the D, episode 11. Luke has joined us for the second podcast episode in a row. Today concluded the Euro 2020 or 2021 qualifying matches, and the groups have officially been announced.
Yeah. I mean, first, can we just say big ups Hungary?
No, they're good. Hungary is done.
Okay, but they got in.
They got in, but who do they have to play? You look at their group.
Group of death.
They've got Portugal, France, and Germany.
I wasn't expecting North Macedonia to get in either.
Who'd they beat?
Their group is an easy group too.
It had to be like Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan.
Their group is their group C with Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria.
This is not a hard group.
Netherlands, we should expect to get out of that group.
Netherlands will get out of the group.
They should not lose.
I think they're better. They're a better team now than they were in the Nations League final against Portugal.
But they are probably going to be missing probably one of their key players, Virgil van Dijk.
And Ake.
And Ake.
Yeah.
So, what are the other center backs they have?
I think they're like stacked in center backs though.
They're not stacked. I mean, Van Dijk and Ake are like two big
and
guys.
De Ligt. Okay, they have De Ligt.
De Ligt, and they have got probably Daley Blind, right? Unless I'm
they'll play Daley Blind.
I mean, any other? I'm trying to think of other Dutch guys.
We're probably missing someone.
I'm sure we are, but definitely Van Dijk and Ake are huge losses for them. But they're getting out of the group. Come on, right? I mean, they're not going to be losing.
They better. Like
they have no. It's probably going to be them and Austria too, because I mean Ukraine.
I think it's going to be Ukraine.
I don't know if Ukraine.
They're some fighters.
Austria doesn't have a bad side though. I mean,
the
only player that really comes to mind.
Alaba.
But
well, Ukraine for me is like Zinchenko and like Konoplanka, Yarmolenko. They've got a decent.
They've got a few good players. Austria has one very good player.
Right. So
North Macedonia will not score.
0 goals in all of the matches. Or is it 3 matches or 6 matches in the group stage?
You play every team once,
so just 3 matches. Okay.
Group B: Denmark, Finland, Belgium, Russia.
Easy group.
Denmark, Belgium.
Denmark and Belgium, I'd say.
Belgium on top.
Can we talk about Michy Batshuayi and his performances with the Belgian team? Not just this weekend or this week, but in the last few matches, he's always scoring once or twice. I mean, why can't he do that for Chelsea? Why?
It always gets Aiden mad every day.
He can't even.
Belgium, we get a text. We're always, why doesn't he play like this for Chelsea?
He doesn't even play like this for Crystal Palace.
He doesn't play like this for anyone ever.
No, maybe Dortmund in the first 4 games. He was like Holland, where
he's better than Lukaku.
2 games. What's that?
Does he start over Lukaku for Belgium?
No,
I'd assume that they either do 2 strikers or either resting Lukaku. They're not going to start Batshuayi over Lukaku.
Actually, so De Bruyne is injured.
Yep.
But he'll be back by then.
You know what? And maybe Van Dijk will be back.
Probably Van Dijk and Ake.
Ake will be.
Van Dijk will be
Van
8
Dijk's
months
out
max.
until minimum next season. Right?
It's an ACL tear, but when you have the best doctors in the world, I mean, you're going to be back sooner than some random.
No, but they already said he's out for the year.
For this season, he's done.
You're right. I don't know if he wants to risk playing in the Euros. Although, I mean, it only happens every 4 years. I mean, it's such a big.
Well, and he honestly like Netherlands should be good enough that he could miss the group stage and just come in after that. I mean, that gives him another 2 weeks.
Let's assume Ake comes back. You got De Ligt and Ake. You don't need Van Dijk. I mean, obviously Van Dijk would increase your chances, but
he's class.
But De Ligt and Ake would still be the best center back pairing in that group, by far.
Yeah.
So,
almost in the world, maybe.
That's
a pretty fantastic backline there with who else? Van Aanholt, Hops.
I'm trying to think of their wing backs. I know, Van Aanholt.
They have Cillessen and Ned now.
Cillissen's good.
They've got Van de Beek.
They've got Frankie De Jong at the midfield as well. Quincy Promes. Even Luke De Jong from Sevilla.
Memphis.
They've got such a great team.
Talk about did you guys watch the Netherlands-Spain game?
I just watched the highlights earlier.
Depay bodied Adama out of his own existence. It's the craziest video I've ever seen. It popped up on my Instagram maybe 3 or 4 times today. I didn't think I didn't think it was possible. I mean, Adama is he's huge.
He's ridiculous.
Memphis isn't that big.
No, last podcast we literally said like, no, Adama's just a massive. Nobody can ever body him. He's always going to
And
win
it
the
happened.
ball.
We
And then the
cursed
next day
it.
he comes and just gets bodied.
So hold on. Speaking of Spain, Group E, right? We've got Spain, Sweden, Poland, Slovakia. I'm assuming Spain's going to go through. Poland, Sweden. Is that a tough matchup? You think?
I don't know. Lewandowski's the best striker in the world.
Yeah, but who else?
At the moment, best player in the world.
Who else does Poland
maybe.
have? That's it.
I
Lewandowski.
mean, you could point out players that Poland has, but
They have that one center back. I think he plays for Southampton. Vestergaard, maybe.
No, he's Vestergaard is Norwegian or
Oh,
Danish. One of those.
getting people mixed up. I mean,
but
Slovakia's not terrible either.
Slovakia's not, but I don't think they can compete. You know
No.
what? To me, it's Sweden and Poland going up with Spain. I don't know. Depending on who they start and go. I mean, look at Spain's goalie choices, right? I mean, it's going to be Kepa or De Gea.
Yeah, but De Gea doesn't. He rarely disappoints for Spain. I mean, it's kind of the same thing like we were saying with Pogba with France. Like he just play and Michi. They play really well with the national
team.
And they just don't perform as well with their actual club. So, maybe De Gea won't be bad for Spain, but I
don't think he will.
Anything is
start
better
him
than
over
Kepa. Anything is better than Kepa.
But as bad as De Gea it can be for United, I think it's safe to say he's still going to be one of the best goalies in the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He should be.
He's still one of the best goalies in the world.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't play, the goalkeeper for Sweden. I think it's Olsen from Everton. You wouldn't play him over De Gea, right? I mean, that guy doesn't even start over Jordan Pickford, who is not too great either.
Best goalie in the world.
He was looking like it.
Well, we're talking about English players. Group D: England, Croatia, Scotland, Czech Republic. And I think it's going to go in exactly that order.
Yeah, it's got to be.
No, Croatia's coming over England, 100%.
You think so?
I don't know.
That's going to be a great game.
Croatia, remember 2 years ago in the World Cup?
Yeah, but Luka Modric isn't the same. Luka Modric isn't the same as.
And neither is Ivan Rakitic, by the way.
Okay, three of their like the best performers are probably a bit older now. They had Mandzukic, who played great, Modric, and Rakitic. But they also had a lot of depth. They have Perisic on the wing, who last season and this season has been incredible. He's going to fill the shoes of the missing players. They have a good side. England, they don't really perform. They haven't been performing that well as a national team.
It's all because of Southgate.
Yeah,
Southgate's got to change his tactics. I mean, that guy plays 4 right backs throughout the starting 11.
He trusts Mason Mount too much.
Everyone trusts Mason Mount too much. Honestly, but
you don't have Parker here to defend you anymore.
Outnumbered. I really think England shouldn't have a problem scoring. They have, a world-class right now striker in Harry Kane. And they've got Marcus Rashford, and they've got Raheem Sterling. Yeah. They shouldn't have trouble scoring.
Sancho. I mean, they're
Sancho.
Listen, they're stacked, and it all depends on the tactics and the formation. That's because you got. It's like I don't want to compare it too much to this team, but I do compare it to Pep's Man City. I'd say they're better. They've won the league.
Don't give England that much respect.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. I don't want to do too much of comparison between those two teams, but it's like the same thing. It's like you play them in the right formation, they'll be unstoppable. If you don't play them in the right formation, they're as good as any other team. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on if Southgate wants to wake up. Who knows if he's even going to keep his job? Do you think he will for next summer?
We'll see.
I think
who's the replacement?
If they underperform, I don't know if
there's a few guys that were going to step in for him. I think one of them was, and this would be really entertaining, but one of them was David Moyes.
Oh jeez.
I don't know.
I think that would be a good group. Scotland's not terrible.
They barely made it today, though. They barely made it.
Who do they have? Robertson. That's the only reason.
Robertson, Tierney, and
they're both left backs.
Tierney, yeah.
McTominay. But
that's all I know.
They don't have any star. I mean, they might have a good leader. I mean, I'd have to double check on that, but they're not. They don't have enough to beat England, and I don't think
Czech Republic has nothing. I honestly can't name a player from the Czech Republic.
Locek.
Who?
Sparta Praha. See, Parker would know because he was linked to come to Chelsea, but that's that's about it.
All right. Well, no, those are the easy groups. Let's talk about. Group F, which I mean, I'm sad to see it. One of these teams is gonna get knocked out.
And I
France,
sadly think it's gonna be
Germany, or
Germany.
Portugal.
I think it's
I
gonna be
think it's gonna be Germany. They have not been playing
Portugal. Okay,
even in the friendlies. They have not been playing well at all in the friendlies.
If Ronaldo performs, Portugal will go through.
Which he will.
France is gonna decimate everyone. I really, I think France is going all the way. I think they're gonna win the whole thing. I'd be surprised if they don't.
They haven't really. They haven't really.
Don't. That's sad.
They haven't really downgraded from 2018's World
They've
Cup.
only upgraded, and Mbappe's only gotten better.
Gotten better.
I mean, their strike force has only gotten like.
The only thing you could
better.
say was Pogba maybe got a little worse, but he always shows up for France. I'm not worried about that. It's not Man United here, you know.
They don't even need him. They're so good. They don't need
stacked.
him.
They're very stacked. I think they could take it all the way, but
I'd be surprised if they don't.
I think I don't want to actually look past Germany too much. They've upgraded from the 2018.
They don't have a goal scorer.
Timo Werner.
Hey, don't offend Chelsea like that.
Kai Havertz.
Goal scorers are Chelsea players.
Timo's just not that consistent.
The recent games that Germany has played, they were out without Timo Werner because they rested him.
Yeah.
They were without Kai Havertz. COVID.
But
I
even
think
before
that.
Even before that, they were not good.
But I
mean,
think that
in the
they can.
Last big tournament, they struggled.
They really did. Are you talking about the World Cup?
No, this
Yeah,
summer they've played friendlies all together as a team. And
but think about this for a second. I mean, the friendlies.
World Cup, they got knocked out group stage in the last World Cup.
They finished last in the group to South Korea, Sweden.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Okay, I remember.
They lost to South Korea.
South Korea. Okay, that was a while ago. Wow.
I know, it was crazy. But the thing for me is like, I think that if Germany, let's just say they lose to Poland, for example, in a friendly, that's not going to happen in the tournament. It's a friendly. They're not going to. Yeah, they take it seriously, but when it's a tournament, you have a whole different mindset to how you're playing. Friendlies are just for experimenting. Tournaments are a different thing.
But they weren't experimenting. It was their full lineup.
But you don't know that. You haven't gone, deep down into their tactics. They could have been trying new things.
But the lineup's the same lineup. Yeah. It's still their strongest lineup.
Altogether.
That's true, but I mean,
feel like Germany's always struggling with injuries.
Preseason. By the way, Chelsea beat Barcelona in the preseason with both full lineups. That's not going to happen in Champions League, I don't think.
Yeah, but Barcelona isn't.
It's true. Yeah, but
questionable.
Hey, don't build me up right now.
Sixth place.
Don't give me that confidence that we could beat Barcelona in the Champions League.
What else? That's it.
Well, no, I want to talk about Group A, just because I feel like we got to talk about it for Eco's sake.
Yeah, I think Switzerland and Wales.
But to be fair, it's by the way Wales. By the way, another thing here. I hope you guys don't think Wales is a bad team, but they just drew 0-0 to the United States with the United States dominating in possession. That's a friendly.
That was a boring game.
That's what I'm saying. It was a very boring game. Wales shouldn't be boring.
The United States to Switzerland or Italy. I mean,
Italy didn't make it to the World Cup just like the United States, so I can compare them in that way.
Okay. You want to sit here and tell me that Italy is the same as the U.S. team?
I mean, we both qualified for the same amount of World Cups in 2018, so that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. How about this? AC Milan and Chelsea, neither of them made it to the Champions League final, so we're the same team.
We made it to the Champions League.
No,
you crashed out of the Europa League. I'm just saying. It's something you want to get. We're not gonna get into an AC Milan argument.
Last year we were banned.
How does the year you crashed out of the group stage, we won it against Arsenal. So like we were the best teams in the tournament. Why does this always come back to Chelsea versus AC Milan? We're talking about Italy. Italy's going on. I think they're gonna top the group. It's between Switzerland and Wales for me.
Switzerland, honestly. I just don't think Wales has enough like.
They just have
depth.
Bale.
Like they have Bale and.
Is Ramsey gonna play or is he?
He'll probably play. I'm blanking. They have a good defender, a wing back.
Don't they have a goal? They have a good goalie too, no?
Well, listen, I don't think they have a bad team. I just don't.
I just think Switzerland's strong. They've got Shaqiri. They've got Xhaka.
Xhaka's not good.
Xhaka's the best player in the world. I just think I feel like. Well, so
Luke,
remember
you brought up two bad players.
No, but in the last major tournament, they did well.
Shaqiri is criminally underrated, just because he doesn't play for Liverpool.
Just because he has Mane and Salah.
Exactly, he could start for any team in the league besides like the top 3 teams. Like, and he's criminally underrated. He was unstoppable at Stoke City, and then for Switzerland, he is unstoppable. I think we overlook Shaqiri too much. I would say it goes Italy, Switzerland, Wales Turkey.
Yeah.
Cenk Tosun-
Turkey has no chance.
Cenk Tosun probably still injured, right? I mean, he had a pretty horrific
Who?
injury. Cenk Tosun, you probably wouldn't even know who he is.
Nope.
Very good for the Turkish national team. They've got Emre Mor, who is just a bit of a
They
flop.
still
He
have
was supposed to be.
Turan still
Hakan
play?
Çalhanoğlu.
Tehran maybe doesn't, and then like I said, yeah, exactly. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is their best player.
That's all they
He's not
got.
going to carry the team. It's just not how it works. One player doesn't carry a team.
He's been carrying AC Milan with Ibra.
Carrying you guys
That's
to
fantastic.
5th place last year, but anyway,
Um,
not
First
even
place this year.
6th place.
I think this could go. I think it could be an interesting one. I think Spain can do very well, and I think Portugal can do absolutely amazing.
Diogo
honestly.
Jota, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva. Those are just guys
João
that surround
Felix, Ronaldo,
Leaves out. Why'd you leave
Bernardo
out Ronaldo?
Silva.
No, that's what I was saying. Those are
Bernardo
just the
Silva.
players that are surrounding
This is
Ronaldo.
a
Like
fantastic national
they've
team.
got a
like,
great foundation now. Where in the World Cup, we didn't see Jota. Did we see Fernandez a lot? I mean, if anything, we
I
didn't.
think that's kind of when he started his rise.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't really
Um,
see them a lot. It was kind of the introduction to these
Didn't see
players. It was
any Jota, no Jota at all.
No,
at
Jota was
least
not
from
in
what
there.
I remember.
Now he's.
They had that one striker, Eder,
Yeah, but they have a weak back line.
Pepe.
He's scary.
They've got Nelson
Hey,
Semedo.
I said it last podcast. I'm scared of Pepe, big
He's-
time.
If there was one person in soccer that I would never want to face in a 1v1, it's Pepe or Sergio Ramos.
Yeah,
And that's
Sergio
just the end of the
Ramos.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Adama.
Or like
Adama
Vidic.
might
No,
toss-
Adama just seems like a nice guy though, so I'd be okay if he
he
bodied
does,
me.
like Vidic,
Vidic,
like
yeah,
those type of players.
yeah.
You know.
Yep. Pepe, I just feel like it'd be too aggressive to the point where he's scary.
He'll just
Like sort of like
stomp
Jamie
you.
Carragher vibes, like that guy's
Oh,
scary.
yeah.
I love Jamie Carragher. Amazing.
Beast though.
He's a beast. He's scary.
Oof.
I think he could
Very
body
good.
Gary Neville. Have you seen? I watch their arguments all the time. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher. I love it. I love it.
Give me Xherdan Shaqiri, I'll body him.
That guy's calves are the
I'm pretty
size
the
of
same as him.
my bed. I mean, that guy's calves are ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
Serious? Oh my
legs
goodness.
like tree trunks, you know.
It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. And
I
he's
mean,
like,
who
he's like
wins
stuffed.
in a quad race, him or Saquon Barkley?
I've never seen. I don't pay attention.
No, Saquon Barkley is a
Dude,
different breed.
his quads are huge.
I don't pay attention to American football,
They
so
were,
I
they were
wouldn't
too
know.
big for his knees that the knee just gave out.
He's ridiculous.
Oh, that's right. He tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're switching inside the D to inside the 10-yard line.
In the
Football
red
podcast.
zone.
In
Yeah.
the red zone. All right. So you think, going back to you saying you think France can win it all, let's just assume we make a mock championship final.
Well,
France
wait.
and him.
Let me look at the.
Italy.
I can't.
No, stop. That's like
So
me
I-
saying USA can win Copa.
I don't have the bracket pulled up, but if France and Portugal on the other side of the brackets, we could see a repeat of that, 100%.
Do they do
I
it?
think Belgium.
I don't. I just
think
don't
Belgium
feel.
looks
I got
like
a
it has
gut
an easy
feeling that they
route.
won't. I got a gut
They
feeling.
have.
Top-
What's the
top
best team
four.
they're gonna face?
Top four for me right now would be Portugal. It might be crazy. I don't know, but I'm gonna say Portugal, France, not in order. Portugal,
Okay,
France,
I was.
Netherlands, and what am I blanking? Belgium.
Netherlands.
I think so.
I think.
Alright,
I think
alright,
the
alright.
two top teams from the one side of the bracket is probably three Belgium, Netherlands, and Italy. Those are the three
But
top ones.
that's what I was gonna ask you. That's what I was gonna. I don't know if you guys know this, but is it like a bracket thing or is it draws like the Champions League where you don't know what team you're gonna
think it's
play?
bracket.
I think it's bracket.
Is it World Cup is bracket? I think.
Okay,
so.
I have a question.
Yep.
Every year we kind of see one big team just lose it. You know,
Germany.
we've seen Spain do that. We've
Spain,
seen Germany
Germany.
do that.
Yep.
Who's it this year? Or well, I guess next year, but in
Do you mean like
just
finish
upcoming
dead last,
Euros.
or do you mean
No,
like
just
bottle?
like
Just
yeah, just bottle it.
bottle it.
I think
I don't-
I think it's probably going to be somebody from Group F or Spain because although they're a good team, the other people they have to face, like they're not beating France, they're not beating Portugal, they're not beating maybe they'll beat Germany if Germany doesn't lose in the group stages, but they're going to be like a team who's probably going to get knocked out early from one of the bigger sides.
Well, and what team are we going to see step up? You know, because if we have all these massive nations, you know, with really good national teams, someone's going to step up, like how South Korea did.
Here's what I'm gonna say for the team that bottles it a little bit, and I know I'm gonna get hate. And this is, I promise you, no bias at all. And I know Iko already knows by that little smirk on his face. He knows what I'm gonna say. I don't see Italy. Maybe they'll make it out of the group. I do not. I think they will make it out of the group. I don't think that they're gonna make it past the round of 16. I said they were gonna top the group. I could see that happening. They're not going to make it past the round of 16. I don't.
Well, we're a much different team than we were in.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a lot younger of a team. I think that was the problem.
Sometimes that's bad.
No.
Yeah, but now
well, they've got Bellotti. You have Bellotti up top. You've got Tonali.
No. You know who we have up top? The Golden Boot winner, Immobile. He's an absolute monster.
Yeah. I think.
Well, now Iko's gone, so. By the way, do you ever notice last time, I don't know if we cut it out of the last podcast, guys, but last time he brought up his favorite team, AC Milan, and he froze, and now he brings up Italy.
This is great.
And he's out.
This is great.
All right, guys, we're back. Iko, his power just decided to shut off, and he was kicked from the meeting, but he's back, and he's going to continue his point on why Italy is going to make it past the round of 16.
All right, well, let me just tell you. Going through our lineup, we have a world-class goalkeeper, Donnarumma, a proud AC Milan player. Our backline, Bonucci and Romagnoli, extremely strong backline. We got a Serbi to back them up. And then you look at our right back, another world-class talent, Florenzi, world-class potential talent.
Potential?
He's not 28.
He's not world-class.
Yeah, no, he was. He maybe
I'm looking up how old he is.
I think he was world-class.
He is 29. He was world-class. All right.
He was world-class.
But he's 29.
The midfield, we got Jorginho, we got Tonali, another AC Milan player. And then our forwards, our strikers, extremely stacked. Immobile, Belotti, Moise Kean. And then as our wingers, we got Chiesa, Bernardeschi. We have Insigne, El Shaarawy. I mean, we just have a very strong team, and I could see it going far.
You're so convincing. You could probably name the entire roster of North Macedonia and make it sound like they'd make it past the group stage.
All those players are good players. Name one of those players that wasn't a good player.
Wasn't or is? El Shaarawy.
Okay, I just love him. Besides him.
Let's see. Florenzi's
all of them are doing very well.
I'd rather have Chiesa at right back than Florenzi. That's a lie.
Chiesa's a winger.
That's a lie.
Yeah, but they put him at right back.
For no reason. He sucks at defense.
Yeah, Juventus also put Quadrado at right back and Douglas Costa.
Okay, but Quadrado's done great at right back. No, he was good.
Really.
Last season?
I prefer him at right mid, though.
Yeah, obviously, but like...
None of them can play defense. That's why they concede so many goals.
Yeah, that's true. But they could just outscore anyone. Exactly. It doesn't matter. Like they play so attacking compared to the rest of the Serie A. Like it's.
Yeah, but they might have to adjust that because a certain someone might be leaving soon. Ronaldo. Yeah. That's a big name who they're talking about trying to unload him because his contract, and he's just not. I mean, first of all, I don't know why they would have ever gotten him. He didn't make that big of a difference for them.
Except for lead the Serie A in goals.
I mean, they didn't. But what did they do?
I think
they're paying him.
They're paying him
so much money. It was all publicity.
No.
Okay, they didn't need him. They didn't do anything with him that they couldn't have done without him.
And I think he wanted a league switch. I think it was time.
He did.
He had kind of done everything there was to do in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he went to Juventus, which was already top of their league.
But I get it though.
He went to Real Madrid when they were top of the league. No?
Exactly. If you're a world-class player, you're gonna go to a world-class team.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's not gonna say, "Oh, you know what? I want to challenge."
Fiorentina, like.
Exactly. No, he's not.
But
if you're the best, you want to play for the best. That's just how it is.
But who could pay his wages? Who could pay his wages?
Well, he's linked with Manchester United,
and that's because it's homecoming.
And that would be fun because guess what? They're not top of their league. He could bring them to the top of their league.
But they're a very good team, anyways.
It's not like
they are. They are.
League is
so
competitive.
It's not like he's going to Liverpool or Man City. He's going to Manchester United.
I think he'll go to Manchester United. He'll be 36, 37, right? That's already old. Okay, he's still going to be world class, but he's still old, right? But imagine that Manchester derby if it's Messi at City, Ronaldo at United. As a Chelsea fan, I'm okay with that.
Oh,
I'm okay with sacrificing.
As an Arsenal fan, I love that. That's
great. You want to see that. That's why I wanted Messi. That's why I wanted to see Messi go to Inter Milan because he was linked there. So I'd see Milan, Juventus, just same league.
No.
Well, no,
I would love to see both of them back in the Prem.
I want to see them playing.
I think it's time for Messi to move on. It's time for Messi to move on.
there are certain
No,
examples.
I don't want them on the same team. Absolutely
No,
not.
no.
I
It's
do.
too much. It's too
Imagine
much.
them
It's
being
too much.
together.
It's the greatest,
That's like
the two
You
greatest
can't
players
do
of
that.
our generation, of our era, by far, playing against each other in the same league. Madrid
Like,
and Barcelona
with each
was
other is too much.
with each other. I don't
with
want
each
that.
other for what? 2 years. And
But
it's just
I want to see
but it's
competition.
incredible to watch two of the greatest players together.
But it's
Would they
but it's
even be
but
good together? Would they even be good together? Because they're
yeah.
both the
They'd be the
leaders of their
best.
team.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be both trying to.
Ronaldo would be the captain over Messi.
But think about like Messi creating for Ronaldo, just putting him in goal scoring opportunities. I mean, Ronaldo would have 40 goals.
They'd win the Champions League, but I don't want to see that. Throughout their whole
It's
careers,
too easy.
when they're in the same, on the same scene together, it's always been who's better, Messi versus Ronaldo. Who's the GOAT, Messi versus Ronaldo? I don't want to see Messi and Ronaldo. I want to see Messi versus Ronaldo again in the same league. I mean, we were supposed to see that a couple weeks ago, and we might not even see it because Ronaldo's injured. So it's really a shame. But I want to see them play against each other again. I really do.
I don't know. Let's talk about injuries, yeah?
Yeah.
So
Injuries.
I've got a quote here. Dejan Lovren tweeted this out a little earlier today during all the matches. And I'll kind of give this a little preface. He was talking about specifically the Premier League and just the amount of injuries. I mean, we've seen absolute world-class players get injured, including Van Dijk and De Bruyne and Aguero.
And that's just the Premier League alone.
Yeah, and we've seen their teams doing very poorly because of it. And Dejan Lovren tweeted, "People wondering why there are so many injuries. It's simple. Too many games, impossible to recover. When you know that this year is a weird one, obviously because of COVID. No proper time off. He only had 8 days off. And no proper preseason and a crazy schedule. And according to sportsblog.com, there have been 99 players out in the Premier League alone because of injury. It's just right now.
Right now.
That's a lot.
So it's ridiculous.
From a fan standpoint, obviously it's sad to see them out, but you can't tell me that you were mad about the fact that we only had 3 weeks without soccer and then we were back into another season. So I enjoyed that part of it, but I get what he's saying with the injuries, and I think that also comes with a lot of the teams don't have enough depth to filter the lineup every week.
Especially if you're one of those teams that has a lesser known team, not as great as say Man City, and you have that one star player, he gets injured, you're done. And I agree with Eco in the sense that from a fan standpoint, I loved having just a few weeks off and then we got soccer again. I loved it. But I love hearing this standpoint, this quote from Lovren, who plays for Zenit right now. I love hearing a player's perspective and how the fans love it, and it's great for the fans, but for the players, it could, not only is it bad that you're losing players on your team, but it can really mess up your career.
Yeah, I think, frankly, Liverpool's title contention could be ruined. I mean, they've obviously got, arguably one of the best strike forces in the world when everyone's fit and all good. But they're going to get scored on a lot. And now with Joe Gomez out, he just got surgery either, was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday I think it was.
And they've got a lot of shots to deal with. Thiago's injured.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, and their fullbacks don't play defensive enough to cover for injured center backs or young center backs.
Mm-hmm.
Van Dijk's going to be out for a very long time. This messed them up really bad.
Yeah, and something that Aiden said earlier was it not only is it messing them up right now or the team, but it could also ruin their career. Something that was very sad earlier this week, Ansu Fati getting hurt. I mean, that kid was special, and the worst injury that he could have gotten, he got in the knee. That can change a player forever. Could you see him getting back to being as good as he was and even better, or is this an injury that's going to affect the rest of his career?
I think I would like to relate this to Dembele for Barca, and we did see him. He was doing, absolutely amazing at Dortmund before he was signed, and just kind of got ridden with injuries and hasn't gotten a break. And it would break me to see Ansu Fati because I mean, seeing him play he's special. He's very special. He's ridiculous. And what is he? How old is he? 18, 19?
You just turned
18, I think.
I mean,
you just turned 18, I think, right?
he's fantastic. He's
But-
got this knack.
I think
as
to answer your question, Nico, I don't actually think it was the worst injury he could have gotten in the knee. It's not Van Dijk. He's not out for the season. They said he could be out for 4 months, best case scenario. So for me, that's not enough time away from football for him to really ruin his career at age 18. I think that he can still become much better, and he will still pan out to the player that we all think he's going to be, because he's not missing a year, 2 years, right? He's only missing 4 months, so it stands. But you don't want him to come back too early and have another Zaniolo situation where you tear your ACL again, right, when you come back. But I don't think it's going to have too much of an impact on him.
That better not happen. 'Cause
I hope
he's-
not.
But
he's special
also-
to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you never want to see a player get hurt, especially someone like him. But there is like a silver lining in it. We get to see Dembele back in the starting lineup for Barcelona, which he hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, recently, because they've been playing Ansu Fati. They had Griezmann out there as well. Could we see his? I mean, obviously he's not doing bad, but could we see his career, kind of get revived to the point where he can get back to being almost world-class player?
And playing for and playing for France. If he could break into that France lineup, I mean, watching him, he's ridiculous. Like the way that he carries the ball is just fantastic. He's so silky, like is kind of the best way to put it. Like he's so flowy, like he's so fast, and his touch is so good. Like,
Yep.
And I think that like when you look at a player like Messi when he was younger, he never really had these kind of injuries that
Mhm.
like we see with young players a lot now, which it's sad. It really is. And like the reason Messi like is not the reason, but a contributing factor is for sure that he never really had like a season-ending injury, so he only ever got better. He never had to work his way back. And
but
it
that
sucks
was-
to see a player like Ansu Fati, who's so good, have to like sit out and watch.
It is a shame. I do want to say, I want to touch on both of your points right now. The Dembele point, I don't know if he'll be able to, prove himself like he could have before the injuries and before he sort of fell off a little bit. But I think we can all agree that this is his final chance. He's got to do it. And then to touch on Luke's point, you're right. We've been seeing more injuries now than we have, I'd say, ever. And it's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's I really have no idea what it is, but there have been so many more injuries to our young stars than we've ever seen. We didn't see, like I said, with Messi, we didn't see him have a terrible injury. Like Ronaldo's never been out for that long. It's like, for some reason, I don't know
Ronaldo's
why.
had his fair share of injuries.
He has, but he's never. But when he was,
he had that. Was it
He's
ACL?
had like 2
He's had
knee injuries.
serious
He had
injuries.
you're
one
right. No,
with
I'm not saying.
Portugal.
I'm not saying he hasn't had
Portugal.
serious injuries. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, a lot of people have had serious injuries. What I'm
But he's not
saying is,
had, like career.
he didn't have one when he was 18 or so. Like another player I want to bring up is Zaniolo, tore his ACL twice. I mean, that's happening in Ansu Fati. He's 18, tearing his meniscus. These young players are getting serious, potentially career-damaging injuries that we just didn't really see back in the day. I say back in the day, I mean like 2010.
Not that long ago, but it's sad. It's for sure sad, and I think, we've all probably heard people say this a million times, but COVID ruined everything. It sucks, and it is what it is. But like really, like just in the world of soccer, like how much it like changed last year. Like we really saw some teams just like come forward and step up, and we saw some teams really start lacking. And I think that it's also attributing to players' mental game and their physical fitness, because a lot of times we're seeing that players maybe aren't mentally ready to play. We're seeing that players are just not giving on the field what everyone knows that they can give, and it's sad. It really is sad. And
It's taking a
we
toll on
want
the
fans
mental-
back in the stadiums, and
Right.
yeah, because some teams really do rely on having that kind of 12th man on the sideline of fans being there.
But I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of enjoyed the no fans because you get to hear the coaches, the players communicating. It's a totally different way to see it. I enjoy it. I like listening to the coach, because you can hear him. I mean, I watch a lot of Serie A and I speak Italian, so I understand, and I can hear what the coach is telling the players. It's like nice to hear that because you can see like how he's trying to make the players play, because you never get to see that when the stadium is full of people.
Yeah.
You're right. And I think that's definitely something weird at the very start. I know the Bundesliga was the first of the major leagues in Europe to resume. And I thought it was great. You hear the players talking, you hear the coaches talking. I get it, but I'm over that. You know what I'm saying? Like when we watched the Champions League final, Bayern Munich versus PSG, arguably the best Champions League team of all time, Bayern Munich, they went undefeated, right? They didn't lose a single game. Competition could have been different, right? But the thing is, when Koeman, he scored the winner, right? Not so late, but in the second half, he scored the winner. It was like, oh, great. It was cool. You don't see the fans freaking out. Like, you just got nobody. It was just like, it was the most boring Champions League final just based off of the fact that there were no fans. I'm ready for fans back. I think it was cool for the first few weeks, maybe a couple weeks. I'm over it. We need fans back in the stadium.
Yeah. And we're seeing that a little bit with some sports here in the States. We're seeing that with football a little bit, and we're seeing it with college football a little bit. It's weird adjusting back to that. It's for sure weird. But you do really lose this atmosphere that fans bring, especially in soccer in Europe. You like so many teams, I feel like, are so reliant upon it. And like it really does set it for the players, and it sets it for the other team. And I feel like home field advantage is becoming less and less due to the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's only like you're just traveling to just go play at another field. It's not, oh, you're traveling to go to this stadium that's going to be filled with 80,000 fans that are yelling at you. It's changing. It's for sure changing.
Absolutely, it's changing. It's not, when you go to play Barcelona away, you're just taking a trip to Barcelona. You're not going to the new camp with 100,000
Great
people.
vacation.
Yeah, it's just like a vacation. It's just the travel. That's the only, like, imagine, I'm thinking of Everton, the Merseyside derby, right? Everton travels to Anfield. They have to face all the Liverpool supporters. Vice versa. Liverpool goes to Goodison. They have to face all the Everton supporters. Now it's just nothing. It's not a travel. It's a less than a mile away drive. You could walk to the stadium. I mean, there's just no such thing as home field advantage for some of those like close town rivalries.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's absolutely strange. And I'm not saying like we should get fans in back right now, because I don't think that's the smartest decision. I think what they're doing now, sort of allowing it in little clumps, I think that's fine. Obviously, I don't want full. I'm just clearing that up. I'm not saying like let's get everyone back in. I would just much rather have everyone in just as a fan.
Just as an overall vibe.
Right. Might not be the smartest thing, but I really wish it would happen soon. So we can only hope.
Yeah.
We can only hope. And by the way, we've seen that, Aston Villa against Liverpool. Was that a home game for Villa?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say I think it was.
Okay, yeah, I think it was. But let's just say that was at Anfield. That's not happening with fans. That's not happening.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so it's just, we'll see what happens. I mean, I know they let fans into the Super Cup, which was Sevilla Bayern. They let a lot of fans into that. And that was, to me, more entertaining than the Champions League final.
Yeah, and PSG, maybe 2 months ago, had some friendlies that they had fans in.
A lot of the friendlies were
against League 3 teams.
Yeah.
But it's still not like, it's not the atmosphere. It's like
Absolutely
it's not a full place. It's like 10% or 20%.
Kind of refreshing though to see that we're back. We're getting back into a little bit of a normal situation.
It's nice to see that it's coming. It's nice to see that it's coming.
Yeah, we're making some progress, and I do like to see that. I mean, Premier League's not allowing any fans, I'm assuming, for the rest of the season. But when it was Brighton versus Chelsea in preseason at the Amex in Brighton, they let in a few fans. So they were sort of experimenting with preseason. I think it's a good idea for the Premier League not to have those fans in. Boris Johnson has his own rules for England. I think he's doing well. I'm not going to turn this into a political podcast.
Well, we don't live there. We don't know what it's like.
Exactly. I'm not going to speak for that because I don't know. But I do think he's doing a decent job in terms of let's not fill the stadiums just yet, like Florida or Texas.
You just got to be careful. I think you got to be careful about the whole COVID thing.
You do. And we're seeing tests, and players. We see players are breaking COVID rules. What do you think the punishment should be for a player who breaks quarantine or breaks it again?
Well, we're seeing maybe
We're
not
seeing it
Madrid
happen.
or anything, but
Lazio doing
Lazio,
it,
they're
yeah.
in trouble right now. They're getting investigated for faking COVID tests, which, I mean, I don't know why they did it versus an awful team. They faked. They said, I think it was Immobile. They said he wasn't positive, but he was.
He
They
was
didn't
positive.
need him. Why'd they do that? But they still faked it, and now they're facing an investigation that could do the consequences. They're saying right now an immediate drop down to Serie B.
And,
Really?
Which
this
that's
was a
going to
league
affect the
game,
club.
right? This was a league
Yeah,
game.
yeah. And that's going to
it's-
affect the club for a long time because, none of their players want to play in the Serie B. Immobile is going to leave. He's going to go to a team. All their top players are going to leave, and then they're going to be nobody just because what?
And it's not good. It's not good for them
They don't wanna miss
financially.
out on
not
one
worth it.
game.
It's not worth it.
It's definitely not worth it. I think that it's not only is it cheating, but it's really unsafe. Forget about the well-being of the club, the state of the club. If they go down to Serie B, forget about that for a second. It's unsafe.
Yeah,
I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic here. We haven't had this in our lifetimes for sure. There's never been something like this really, and I think that putting other people at risk is just ridiculous. It's really unsafe. It's really poor from Lazio. Really poor.
Yeah, it's
No,
really
it's
hard
horrible.
to see, especially in Italy where it was terrible.
It was very.
And we
good.
saw a lot of players get it in Italy,
Absolutely.
especially with Juve.
I mean, at the start. Recently, it hasn't been.
Recently, they've
As
got,
bad.
well, all of Europe's
Well,
gotten a lot better compared to
yeah.
here.
But we're seeing, at the start, there weren't that many, big names getting the virus.
Well, we
but
saw
recently,
Dybala.
Dybala, and
but
then
now we're seeing.
Hudson-Odoi got it.
we're-
Rugani had it. This is like March.
Well, Rugani was like
Rugani was the first professional player,
first.
like the first big professional player that got it in Europe's top 5, or first
Yeah, but
discovered
now,
player.
Now this year, what? Ronaldo's already gotten it.
By the way,
Zlatan's
Hudson-Odoi
already
had
gotten
it 3 times, and he's been busted for breaking quarantine as well. Keep in
But
mind,
guess
he's
what? Nothing happened. So what's gonna stop him from doing it again?
well. That's why I was asking you about the punishment. What do you guys think the punishment should be?
I feel like it's
They
so
can't-
hard
they
to
can't
enforce.
really punish. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you
How are
gonna
they gonna
do?
know if you're breaking it? Because then there's gonna be the people who get caught and say, "Well, this person's breaking it," and they're gonna have no proof. So
What are they
then
gonna
what's
say?
the
A
point?
snitch? Hudson, oh, I do. I was out with Mason last night. Oh, there you go. He is.
I
mean-
mean, I think it's tough. It's really tough for the clubs.
Mhm.
It puts them in a hard position because they want their players. Why would they not want? For Chelsea, they want Hudson-Odoi to play
Yeah.
if he can.
You don't want to suspend him games. Not only is that going to hurt your club, but it's also going to hurt his development. I mean, missing games. I mean, because he could go to training. I've heard Frank Lampard said that he does Hudson-Odoi does extra training, so I guess that's not really a problem for him. But like going out for 2 weeks, like Kai Havertz, all he's got to do right now is stay in London and train in his back garden. You know what I mean? That's all he can do right now. He can't go to Cobham and train with the team. He's got COVID, so that could hurt you. You got to be match fit. Who knows if he's going to be match fit when he comes back?
Yeah,
Got to set up his own things.
He hasn't been
yeah,
playing that
it's
well
rough for
anyways.
players.
He's such a Chelsea hater.
I
I
was
think
never a
it's good for
Chelsea hater
players.
until I met you.
I was never an AC Milan hater until I met you, so I guess that's fair.
And
I've always
Arsenal's
been a
just
Tottenham
Arsenal.
hater. Can I just
Tottenham.
they've always sucked.
Yeah.
They'll never be good.
I easily have to turn the volume down on that when I edit. 100%. That's
That was loud. But,
sorry about that, guys.
All right.
It
Well,
is interesting.
I think that's enough Corona talk. We
Ooh.
set
I
up a
love
bit of a different game segment today. Instead of just one person getting interrogated, we each got 2 players that we collected all the clubs that they've played for before, and we're gonna list them in order from start to where they are now in their career, and the other 2 people are gonna try and guess. And I mean, I don't know how close you can be, but the closer person will get, if you get it right, you get the point.
We'll start off with Eco. Why don't you throw out your first player here?
All right, my first player. I expect you guys to be able to get this person. He started
Okay.
off in Atletico. By the way, actually, never mind. That'll give it away. He started off at Atletico Madrid, played for Alves, Real Madrid, and he's now playing for AC Milan.
Oh wait, no. He's got to be a Spanish guy. There's no way you're playing in La Liga for 3
Yeah.
different teams and then.
No, I was gonna. I was
Can
thinking.
I guess it? Is it?
You get one guess.
Wait,
You
wait,
get
wait.
one
Let me.
guess.
Let me fin-
I
let me
have my
finish.
guess. I have my guess.
Okay,
Just say it
Luke,
one more
wait for
time.
your guess.
Can I say it?
Can you say it one more time?
It was
Atletico
Atletico Alaves Madrid
Okay, no.
Real
just take
Madrid.
my player.
and AC Milan. Wait, did he
Oh, God,
play
no.
a lot for Madrid or was he like a bench guy?
No, you got time. You got
I
time.
don't know then. I have a player in mind, but I don't want to say it because I don't think it's right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
This is not who I was gonna guess,
Go
but I feel like only you would pick it. I'm gonna say Theo Hernandez.
Luke?
I
Any
could have
guesses?
no clue.
All right. It was Theo Hernandez, and I expected Aiden to be.
I was gonna say Castillejo, but I don't remember him playing for Madrid.
Okay. I was thinking.
Suso,
No. Oh
But
yeah,
no,
that
but
would
he
be
played for-
Oh, we sold Suso.
but he played for Sevilla. He
was
plays for
Sevilla.
Sevilla. That's why I was like, oh, never mind. But I thought it was Castillejo.
Yeah, I
Hernandez.
think maybe that was who was on the tip of my tongue, or no, it was one of the Napoli guys who I was thinking. I don't know.
Well,
Oh, I know. It was
not Napoli.
Is it Albiol?
Fabian, or I don't know.
Fabian.
One of
All
their
right.
one of their mid.
Well, then I'm going to go to my player. By the way, I chose 2 players that at one point in their career played for Chelsea. This
Both
first
mine
guy,
played AC
this first guy has played for 4 clubs, one of them being a B team. Started off his career Real Madrid B team. Okay, then he played for Valencia, played for Chelsea, and now currently plays at Manchester United. Who wants to put in a guess there? And I have one hint for you guys.
Do they play or do they basically?
They're not right. They definitely were at Manchester United. Definitely was. Now maybe not so much. And I have one big hint for you guys if you really can't guess it. And it might not even help you, but
Can we get the clubs one more time?
the clubs: Real Madrid B team, Valencia, Chelsea, and then since 2014, Manchester United.
I have someone in mind, but I honestly don't know.
Would you like the hint?
The other teams? Yeah, give me the hint first.
He
Alright, I've got
started.
my gut feeling.
I'm going to say the hint. He started for Chelsea in the Champions League final when they won it. And he also took a penalty in that shootout.
Can you give me a position?
No.
Okay, can I say my gut
Yes,
feeling,
let's
but
hear
I
it.
know it's wrong?
Let's hear it.
David De Gea.
It is not David De
Okay,
Gea.
but I know it's wrong at least.
And Iko.
Luke, he took a penalty, so how could it have been David?
Neuer took a penalty in
Yeah,
that.
Neuer. And Nick Pope.
Again, this is a complete guess. Matic.
I knew you were going to say that because Chelsea United. It is
Chelsea.
Juan Mata.
Oh, he was such a
Oh.
beast
Yep.
for Chelsea.
Yep. I'm glad I chose that player then. All right, Luke, let's hear
All
it.
right. I really expect you guys to get this. Is like I didn't even write a fact down. Like this is sad if you don't get this.
I know who it's. I already know.
He's
100%.
played at 3 clubs. 2. He played at Lyon B, like their academy. Lyon, and then Real Madrid.
Leon.
If
Can you give me
need
the
a
year of
hint,
when he went to Madrid?
I do not have the year, but it was quite a while ago.
I know it. I know it. I already know it. Easy.
Alright, wait, Eco.
I know it.
Do you need a hint?
So
I could say his age.
I
That's
feel
gonna
like I
give it
know
away.
who it is.
That's
Give me
gonna give it
the
away.
age.
All right, wait,
Age.
Eco, because I'm
No, I
pretty
have an
sure
idea in
Aiden
my
knows
mind,
it.
but give me the age.
32.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
I already know.
Wait,
It's
he's no older.
easy. It's over, ladies and
Ramos?
gentlemen.
Oh,
No,
Benzema.
Karim Benzema.
Okay, good. Yeah. all right,
Benzema.
what I'm
No,
saying.
I switched.
it's Kareem Benzema. That's easy. So that's a point for Aiden Michaels.
my
He's-
second
I
one
was
could be
thinking,
2 players.
No,
right?
I switched it. I get that.
Is he-
Wait, what'd you say?
I was thinking
first?
Varane
He
at
said-
first.
he
but
said
then you
Sergio Ramos.
32.
Varane wouldn't have been
No,
a bad
no, I
shout.
said Ramos, and then I was like, wait, no.
Point for
That's
Mr.
just
Michaels
bad.
over here. Eco, second player.
I honestly don't even know if you guys know this person, but he was once supposed to be one of the greats. Got loaned out to Chelsea midway through, so that's why I thought
Everyone
maybe
did.
Aiden will know. Started off his career at AC Milan. Went to Corinthians. Got loaned out to Chelsea. Went to Villarreal and plays for Sao Paulo. Actually,
I have a 0% chance in
I don't
getting
think you guys
this.
will be able to.
Plays for
guess.
Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Okay, loan to Chelsea. What year? I need the Chelsea loan, please. What year?
I don't know. It was like 20. I'll tell you this right now. He's not young at all.
Can you tell me his position?
Not old. Yeah. Like he I won't tell you
No.
the position, but he plays in the
yeah.
upper. He plays in the upper half of the field.
Like forward or mid?
You got to tell us the
I'm
position.
not gonna know that.
Come on.
Midline to forward. Midline.
By
to
the way, I just
forward.
want to say a little thing to everyone watching right now. Iko at first was like top 100 players in the world. Now he hits us with a guy who's playing for Sao Paulo. At least give us
He was the best youth prospect in the world
He was
20 years
supposed to
ago.
be the next best thing.
I have no clue. Who is it,
I have
Iko?
Zero clue.
His name is Alexandre Pato.
Who's Pato?
Oh! Wait, really? He's at
Wait,
Sao
what?
Paulo?
Yeah.
I'm more
What a
concerned about.
Chelsea?
I'm more concerned about. Yeah, him playing for Chelsea. I don't remember that.
I didn't know that.
Got
Okay,
loaned
I
out-
know,
he
of
got
course it's
loaned out to
Pato.
There you
Chelsea.
go. Learn something new today.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Go
All
on,
right.
Aiden.
All right. Here's my second player. Played for Chelsea. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. Okay. Started off in Aston Villa. Was loaned to Burnley, Sheffield United. Played for Bolton. Played for Chelsea, and now currently plays at Crystal Palace. I feel like that gives it away for Luke.
Batshuayi.
No, not at all.
Wait. Say the
I
say
guessed
the
who it
last like 3 or 4 again.
Bolton, Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
Bolton, Chelsea.
Can I get an
Crystal.
age?
Old.
We talking like
It's not an
old
age.
or like old?
Old.
He's very old. He played for Chelsea the majority of his career. Crystal Palace for me is giving that away.
Is he?
I'm glad I picked some pretty hard
Well,
guys.
it's got to be an English bloke.
He's an English book.
Did Crystal Palace buy him or is he on loan?
Crystal Palace bought him because he knew that he was never going to play for
In
Chelsea.
What year? In what year?
2019.
So recent.
Yep.
Dude, I have no clue.
Wait. Did he play for Chelsea or did he? Ride
He was the captain for Chelsea for a few years. After John Terry left, he was the captain.
Okay, I was thinking John Terry, but I was like, no way.
Wait. Does he still play?
He still plays. He actually, I think he's injured right now, and the game he got injured was against Chelsea. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace last season.
Huh.
I don't know if he's
Still
played since.
injured?
Can you give us a
Might be.
little hint? Little hinty
He's
hint. you know?
the guy who was supposed to fill in, and I think he did well. Filled in the boots of John Terry, so he's a center back. You'll know him. You'll be disappointed that you didn't get this. I'm gonna say it right now. You guys ready?
Yeah, probably.
Gary Cahill.
Oh!
Wait, weren't we just talking about him before the podcast?
No, I don't think we will.
I don't think so.
I think we were.
No.
I don't think so. Gary Cahill. So I guess you guys didn't get the Chelsea boys. I'm happy.
I think this may be the hardest one yet, honestly.
Harder than Pato?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, but like, I didn't realize how interchangeable this is.
All right, let's hear it.
So I wrote down a few extra facts.
Oh, thanks.
Real Madrid to Arsenal.
No, Flamengo to Real Madrid.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So
Year.
I didn't realize
At
that
least
there are
give me
like
the years. At
10
least-
players.
Give me the years.
I could give you a fact.
I need the years.
He won the South American U15 and U17 championships with Brazil.
Oh,
do you have, like, a-
Militao.
Who?
No, Militao came from.
Militao?
No, Militao's from Porto. Or
Wait, yeah, I was
Benfica.
came from a European team. Wait, can you tell me?
No, I could look it
Google
up.
the years real quick because I'm actually.
Wait, what's his age?
He's 20.
Oh, he's 20.
He's young.
It's not Vinicius, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? It's Vinicius.
For my other facts I had,
Bro,
Sweat
first of all,
Lord
you
of
shouldn't have
FIFA.
said 20. That just gave it away.
No, because I know
You guys
he
were
came from
not
there,
gonna
but
get that.
I knew that he came from Flamengo. I was just expecting I was looking at older players. I thought you were
Like
saying.
in my mind, I was like, it could be Rodrigo. It could be like
They have a lot
Marcelo
of
maybe.
Brazilian players.
Before you said, I was
Like
thinking of
Wow.
players as old as Contrao and those types of guys. I wasn't thinking of
That's
newer.
long ago.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I was looking
yeah.
at those guys.
I
Alright,
I forgot about Rodrigo. I was like,
All right, guys. So that does it for our new game that we tried out. So all three of us could get involved. Thank you for joining us for episode 11, and we'll see you next time.